In today's episode, I'm going to be showing you over 20 PlayStation variants since 1994. This is my PlayStation console collection. Please sit back, enjoy, and watch the entire thing as you're about to see some weird and wonderful things. So as I said, you're about to see some weird and wonderful things, and I'm going to start just there. Then I'm going to talk about the PlayStation 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s and 5 that I own in all the different variants. Now I have 3 things here. We're going to do lots of B-roll as well, because this is a box, and it's a very light box. In fact, it's considerably lighter than a PlayStation 2. Now you're probably thinking, wait a minute, that is a PlayStation 2. In actual fact, this is a press kit that was given to the press at the launch of the PlayStation 2. And I'll just leave that there because in here as well, sealed, is a PS2 t-shirt. You might just be able to clock it there. That is staying sealed. Now I bought this at a retro game market, and in the back, you can, I'll kind of bring it closer to the camera so you can just see. It is a really good wooden PlayStation 2 replica, and in the back you pull it out, and you can pull out the front as well because there's a DVD, and you have all of the information about the PlayStation 2 that was given to the press prior to launch. So again, I thought this would be nice to show you guys before we dive into the actual consoles that I own. If I can get this out, it'd be remarkable. And everything is in here about the PlayStation games, kind of main players. This is all nice and in colour, gloss finish, really nice stuff. Again, DVD stuff, bits about the PlayStation ecosystem with all of its specifications and whatnot. I think that is absolutely gorgeous. Equipped beautifully in the very famous PlayStation Blue acrylic colour sleeve. So that is wicked. Now I did try before I came on camera to take out the CD tray, but it's totally stuck. If I can take it out on B-roll, you'll see that in here there is actually a DVD about the PlayStation 2. And I thought this is a great place to start this video with an awesomely rare PlayStation 2 press kit that you don't see around that often. Speaking of consoles you don't see around that often, there's one here and there's also one here. Now again, at face value, you might be thinking PlayStation 2's really not interested. Put this one down. This one here is actually a PS2 debugging test machine this one came from EA. When I bought it, the guys said to me that it was in a factory, and somebody from EA had kind of got it from the factory, I don't know, as some kind of gift, and it was sold to them. It's in beautiful condition, and I dare say a lot of EA games would have been tested on this, maybe developed on this. The hard drive is still attached. I have no idea, because I'm lazy, what is actually on this hard drive. There could be a whole world of secrets, unlocking games we never knew on this hard drive. I do need to make a purpose and hook it up. Comes equipped as well with the stand, which you don't see around that often on PS2s. These kind of little wings right here. But this cost me about 200 quid, and you don't see them around that often. Now it's nothing like the value of something like the Net Eurosi, which was the PlayStation 1 debugging machine. Don't own one of them, unfortunately. I would love to. Have seen one before though, they're very, very nice. And this is a gorgeous white Japanese console. PS2, obviously, as you guys can see. Really nice condition. I am missing the white controller for this, but nonetheless, this is a matte finish white PS2. Now this differs to there was an automotive variants of the PlayStation, which are gloss. This is matte, so it's not from the automotive edition, I don't believe, but I think it's a gorgeous looking console. I think the PS2, with its kind of blue tinge, really does shine in white. Really pretty, really, really nice. Now another thing, and a shout out to Reese for sending this a while back, this is a PSX, which is also from the PlayStation 2 family, and it was released in Japan only, actually flopped. And the idea was to amalgamate people within the family home and the gamers into this one unit, because you were able to watch DVDs, you were able to watch television, and you were also able to play your PlayStation 2 games on this console. They're notorious for failing. They're very, very difficult to get a hold of in fully operative condition, because some functions will work if you get one, and then it might be there, you know, other functions don't work for whatever reason. I'm lucky enough to have a console, this PSX, that works in full, and I did do a video of it with a demo, so go and check that out if you want to go and check that out. Just type in PSX, the Gebs 24, and it's really nice. And again, it weighs a ton. They do go for a pretty penny. You can get them imported from Japan, but they do still cost a considerable amount of money. So, you know, it's there. I wanted to show you guys before we drill down into some of the main console variants in the glorious PlayStation family. So right back into the mid-90s then, the PlayStation, the one, the only PlayStation. It looks like a little bit of a blocky rectangle in my opinion, but there's nothing more iconic than this machine right here. It all started with this, with its click of the buttons when you open the tray, you pop in the game, you close it. Every sound effect of that PlayStation operating from start to finish is ingrained in my memory. And I'm proud of that. I'm really happy with that, because that's carried on throughout my journey as a gamer into adulthood, boo. But it's just remarkable. And I think we all remember when we got our first PlayStation console, this one right here. And following on from that, in the not too distant future from the release of the PlayStation, we had this little thing, the PlayStation Slim. Much smaller, much more compact, much lighter, slight variation in colour as you tended to, it kind of stepped away from that musty slate grey to a kind of more white tinges to it. I actually prefer the OG PlayStation console, and you know, we had the Mini, which I also have, which I'm going to include in this list as well, the PlayStation Mini, which obviously emulates the look of the original PlayStation beautifully. Imagine if we had a PlayStation Slim Mini. That would be PlayStation cashing in big time. I mean, I know the PlayStation Mini's game library flopped in its native state, but there's no denying it's super cute to have, and getting hold of those controllers again, the original PlayStation controllers before DualShock, before analog came out, it was great, and really happy to be a part of it, and really happy to have it in my collection, to have all of these glorious PlayStation 1s in the collection. Sidestepping slightly, as you guys can see here, I have the LCD screen for the PlayStation. So what that did is it enabled you to kind of have a little bit more of a mobile PlayStation gaming station, if that makes sense. So your mum and dad won't let you watch it on the TV, like play your game on the TV. You've got this little screen. A lot of the rich kids had them back in the day. That means I didn't have one now as an adult. You can pick them up for like anywhere up to like 60 to 100 quid, depending on condition. And you can play your PlayStation games on these things. It's a really cool little feature, definitely underrepresented, and I think definitely underappreciated. So that's, ladies and gentlemen, of the viewership, is why I wanted just to mention it and give some love to the PlayStation LCD screen. On to the PS2 library now. You may see me cast my eyes over to the list here. So originally we had the PlayStation 2 in a matte black, and they called it the FAT, the PHAT, PlayStation Black Fat model. That's in there, obviously, just as almost as iconic, I would say, as the original PlayStation. When you see it, you know, well, when I see a PlayStation 2, my memories go all the way back, and I can kind of see me kind of studying Currys and Dixons, looking at GTA 3 and thinking, do I get one on finance, or do I pay one with cash? What do I do? You know, there's so many memories that flick through my mind when you see that classic black, the larger model PlayStation. And to accompany that later down the line, of course, we had the grey, which is more of a gloss finish than matte. We have that in the collection. And then the iconic PlayStation 2 Slim, which I think took off fantastically well, and you didn't realise how big and bulky the PlayStation 2 was until we got these beautiful slim models through. Now, as you guys can see, I have the PlayStation 2 Slim in pink with this nice little round stand. I think that's really cute. It doesn't look massively aesthetic. I think they could have maybe done a little bit more with the design, maybe kind of replicate these kind of wings here like on the original PlayStation 2, but obviously a smaller version. But you know, you can't really stand them up, so I think having that wider footprint certainly does help to have your PlayStation 2 Slim vertical. And then I have it also in black as well. So I like the pink. I do like pink. Pink and yellow are my favourite colours. This is one, my beanbag's pink, my pillow's pink, yellow, pink and yellow. So it's super cute. It's just a nice little tweak there. And again, you don't realise how big, bulky and heavy the PS2 was. You can work out your biceps with the PlayStation 2. The Slim, not so much, but it's still great to have. And yeah, it's solidifying my amazing memories with the PS2. So another really nice PlayStation 2 variant then was this gorgeous blue PS2 release. As you can see here, this one is boxed in again from my friend Reese that kindly sent it over to me to kind of house in my collection. And you don't see these around as much, and I don't really know why. I mean, I'm guessing there were just lower production numbers and a lower demand for them. But as a little tip, if you can get a PS2 in a completely different colour, if you're out in markets or you see one on Facebook Marketplace, make sure you snap it up, because they are increasing in value more and more and more, similar to what the different coloured PS3 Slims are doing as well. The value is popping off on them, and I think now is the time to cash in and snag yourselves a kind of the more kind of weird and wonderful models of PlayStation 2s. So we've seen the weird and wonderful so far, we've seen the PlayStation 1s, we've seen the different coloured PS2s I've got, again some of them in the weird and wonderful bracket. Now we're moving on to the gorgeous PS3. This was arguably the worst launch for Sony. The PS3 was notoriously overpriced at launch, and I think out of the first four PlayStation consoles, the native 3, the big piano black, the fat model PS3, which I have right there, is the ugliest, is the largest, and it cost the most at launch. Like I said, it didn't get off to a great start. And there were a couple of models released in that. I had the ones with the, I think it was a 60 gig, and you lifted the little flap and it had like all the little different ports there. You could put like an SD card in and whatnot. So we've got the PlayStation 3. I also have two Slims. We have a black Slim, which is hooked up to the 4K television, which is just so gorgeous and streamlined and sleek, and that is like my primary PS3 console. Mine sounds like a helicopter taking off with the fat, the original piano black PlayStation 3. I do need to take it apart. And then here we have a red PlayStation 3 Slim, and again, like I said with the PS2, if you come across the blue or the red PlayStation Slim, there's also a white one. Definitely pick it up. I can't echo that enough, because they do go for quite a bit. And I was lucky enough to pick up the red Slim as a bundle a couple of years back for only 30 quid. So depending on where you look, you can get some really nice bargains on your PS3 Slim. So keep your eyes peeled, guys, because there's a whole world out there to explore when it comes to PlayStation consoles, and that just excites me no end. We're on to the PS4s now, and this is where I have the most of my PlayStations. Back in 2000 and whatever it was, 13, 14, I don't even remember now, picked up the original PlayStation 4. Still have it. It sounds really, really loud. You've got your nice kind of piano black homage to the PlayStation 3 down one side, and then the kind of matte-esque feel and vibe of the PlayStation 2. So kind of coming together in styles in terms of aesthetics. With the PS4, much nicer, sleeker, slimmer model than what the PS3 had at launch, and definitely better on its price point. And then we kind of move on, and we got the PS4 Pro. Now I have, behind the camera, there is my 4K TV with my white PS4 Pro hooked up, and then I have a black PS4 Pro over on the Stream Deck right there, which is my primary PS4 console to stream from. And then I also have, I'm just making a list right here so I don't miss anything, I have quite possibly my favourite piece, which is the 20th anniversary of the PlayStation 4 in the original old school kind of racing car grey, slate grey, whatever you want to call it. We have that, and it's missing the slipcase, but everything else is in there with the camera and the controller, and it's gorgeous. And to accompany that, one of my next goals is to buy the PlayStation 4 500 million edition. They've dropped massively in price, by the way, since the PS5 came out. So that's what I'd like to bring into the console collection next in terms of PS4. Not too fussed about numbers, you know, whether it's a high number, because they're all numbered, of course. I think my PlayStation 4 20th anniversary sits within the kind of 2000s. I did try hard to get one of those back in the day where you had to do like a competition, and there were so many that Sony were giving away, and if you were quick enough to get, you know, the right answers during the competition, you were lucky enough to get one. I clearly wasn't. So we got the original PlayStation 4, the white and the black Pro, and we have the 20th anniversary gorgeous PlayStation 4 over the back there. Which brings us here to 2020, and a couple of weeks ago the PlayStation 5 Sky Digital box was released. Sky Digital box, okay, bit of a crap joke there, but the PlayStation 5 was released, and I have spoken in so many different videos about this console and my love for it and how much I'm getting on with it, what games I'm playing and what I'm looking forward to. So if you've got to this part in the episode, I need you guys to go and click that little exclamation point in the top corner to check out the other videos I've done on the PS5 if you want to know about my thoughts compared to the Series S and more. So go and click that now. I'm really looking forward to seeing what's coming as well from 2021 for the PS5 camp. Are you a PlayStation fan? Let me know in the comment section below. Even if you're not, let me know what consoles are getting most of your time right here as we exit 2020, thankfully. Is there anything kind of weird and wonderful you've got in your collection? Like you said, you've seen the little press kit, you've seen the debugging console. Maybe you are fortunate enough to have a Net Eurosy. That would probably be on my list, but not quite yet because they're in the 4 figures in terms of price. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe if you're kind enough and you want to become a channel member and access loads of cool different perks. Please click the join button or click the second link in the description. Have a beautiful day. My name is Gemma. Take care. See you guys soon.